Welcome everyone. It is our final live show before Christmas. I would like to offer you some fruit, but it's all knitted like the banana phone. Hello, who's calling? Hello? Hello? No, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm doing a show at the moment. Okay, bye. That's lovely, isn't it? And that's all part of our set dressing in our brand new studio. Now, I shouldn't have shown you that, so that was a unique sneak peek behind the scenes, what we do. A little extra Christmas present from us here at Crafters TV. Hello, welcome to Creative Cravings, Christmas Creative Cravings. We've just been having, by the way, some brilliant ideas of things to talk about in the comments for the next couple of hours. With me, my partner in crafty crime for the next 2 hours is Jan Brown again. We came out with some really good ideas, Jan, haven't we?
Honestly, we were just talking about games, weren't we? And what mischief we get up to. So yeah, we might have a little bit of fun. I think this is our last live couple of hours for 2021. So yeah, come and join us and we'll have a bit of fun. Got some demoing along the way, but I think it's all about the fun now.
I think so.
Yeah, we can all see the end.
we're all a bit giddy. And actually, in HQ, I did nip round into HQ about 10 minutes ago, and actually most of them have gone now for Christmas. Most of them have gone. So we'll be fine. So it's just us in the studio, the hardest working, of course, in the whole of Crafters Companion today. Let me tell you, it's going to be a brilliant, brilliant show. So we've got two ideas for the comments for you in the next couple of hours. Before we get to Creative Cravings, let's put that down for a second. Two things we were thinking, and let's see which one grows wings. First of all, we're thinking about games that you play, whether it's you yourself or you and your family, or maybe you've got a couple of people coming to visit you, the ones that you play at Christmas. Now, this is going to be really fun for us because obviously in the UK, we've got standard favourites that a lot of us play in the UK, but we've got viewers right the way around the world. So I want to know, when it comes Christmas time, I'm thinking, Sarah, if you're watching us in Melbourne, Australia right now, where it's, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I wonder what you play in the sunshine at Christmas as a game. I mean, does it involve getting out and going down to the beach? Stateside, do you have really unusual board games that you play or special things that you go outside in the garden and play or whatever? Please let us know. Get social with us, get onto our Facebook page or our YouTube stream and get commenting right now. Second idea we had is that, and we'll have to keep this between us, is would you like to, because Jan can't see the comments, I have them through my little gadgety thing here. So I was thinking you could send me the name of a film or a song or something like that, and I could act it out to Jan and see whether she could do it as a charade. Do you know what I mean? You're up for that, Jan, aren't you?
I should tell you that I'm a rubbish guesser, Derek. Well, I'm up for it. I'm willing to have a go,
right.
But I am a rubbish guesser and I will try my best to remember that we're live.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's see which one. See how it goes. I'm sure producer Laura will come up with some ideas if you don't, but you will. Now, remember, if you do comment, we've got an extra incentive for you to do that as well, because I've got £20 or $20 to spend at Crafters Companion to put into your account. Well, two of you who are watching right now, and all you need to do is comment, because I'll pick one Facebook winner and one YouTube, and all you need to do is comment. You might just say, Merry Christmas, everyone, whatever it might be. A comment is a chance to win that £20 or $20 to spend here at Crafters Companion. You've got loads and loads and loads of you who are logged in already. And Jan,
stop the press.
We stopped the press. Hold the front page. Would you like to make the announcement, Jan?
Shall I?
Go on.
I think towards the end of the show, I think.
Yes.
But definitely before 6 o'clock tonight, we will be announced. I think we should do this together, Derek. Can we get us both on the same shot?
I was thinking maybe we could get one. Yes, because I could go and stand over there and you could stand where I am.
As long as we're 2 meters away.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
And do this together. We're going to be announcing the winner of our raffle tonight.
Yes.
So, or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. But yes. Very, very exciting. I need an even bigger drum roll for that one, don't I? It's
going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
There's so many people logged in already. Amy is joining us in Arizona. LLIJ Craft. Hi again from North Yorkshire, where it's very wet, isn't it? I would imagine, because it's very, very wet here. Oh, is that Jill? Oh, it's Jill backwards. So it's Jill Craft, but she's called LLIJ Craft. Oh, clever, Jill. I see what you've done there. It's taken producer Laura to tell me. But Gilmore is joining us as well, saying Merry Christmas, everyone. Roberta is with us as well. Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas to all. Please stay safe. There's loads and loads and loads of you who are logged in already as well. Monica is ready in Detroit for round 2. So let's get round 2 started then. We are talking the gorgeous Sharon Callis and her amazing, amazing designs. And we've also got Lee Holland Stamps coming up later, but I want to show you our hero tool first. And we don't have a Creative Cravings without a hero tool. And by the magic
I thought you were going downstairs.
No, the
then,
magic
Derek.
of I was doing a special limbo for Christmas, and here I have our hero tool, which are our amazing stamping rocker blocks. Now, I know you were saying yesterday, Jan, when it comes to stamping, you get to know what your thing is. So some people,
Yes.
their preference is stamping platforms, and some people just find, you know what, straight onto the rocker block, that means I get it right first time.
When I was teaching, when I worked at the Chesterfield store and I was teaching classes, a lot of the customers used to say, I can't stamp. You know, and I hate to hear that because I love, as you know, I love stamping. It's my sort of thing as far as crafting's concerned. So it was how can we teach people and give them the confidence? And when we brought out the rocker blocks, that was actually a bit of a breakthrough in stamping because it allowed people that thought they weren't very good at stamping to actually get a result. And I think this is what it's all about. It's finding a product that's right for you to get the result that you're happy with. And then obviously taking it on from there, we've gone to stamping platforms. And like I've said before, try them and see which one suits you. There's no right or wrong. If you prefer a clear acrylic block, absolutely fine. If you like the rocker blocks, great. But whatever gets you that result that you're happy with, and then that allows you to then enjoy your craft rather than thinking, I can't stamp, because I hate to hear people say that. It's just about finding the right product for you.
And there is nothing better than trying a product at half price, if you don't mind. So both of these rocker block packs as our hero tool today at £9.99 or $13.99, which should just be the price for one or the other. But you're getting both today as the hero for just £9.99 or $13.99, which is fantastic. Right, let's have a little sneaky peeky at what we've got coming up during the show. And it is Sharon Callis, the genius, the beauty that is Sharon Callis, and her awesome, awesome designs that we're majoring on, Jan, today, aren't we?
Honestly, these have been an absolute pleasure to work with. They really have. We're going to come to the frames in demo number 1, and I've got a nice demo plan for that. This is just one of them. Derek's going to go through them in a little bit more detail in a second or two, but they are beautifully designed. They die cut through our Geminis, absolutely no problem. And we've got a little bit of a shaker going on in this one. And then the other set that we've got on today is those beautiful butterflies and blooms. So again, I've got demos lined up with these for you, but you can see there, just mixing and matching them with things that you've got in your stash, and absolutely gorgeous filigree designs. And then you've got those lovely butterfly wings that are all loose for you to lift up. So I'm just going to show you a couple for now. We'll try and fit some more in as we go through the show.
Fabulous. Plus my charades as well and lots more. Right, should we have a little sneaky peek at what else is in the show? We've got the Lee Holland Stamp collection coming up later in the show as well, which is really, really cool. Love this collection. I would get ahead of the curve on this one if you can, actually, because you've got 6 amazing sets here and a big, big saving too. If you're platinum there, that's £28.80 or $40 if you're platinum. Either way, it's brilliant, brilliant saving. We've also got our character over the edge. Oh, is the mouse in there? Oh, it is. Everyone loves the mouse here. It's such a lovely bundle there. £60 or $80, or if you're platinum, £48 or $64, which is fantastic. We've got tri-blend collections for you as well. We've got the deep 24-piece tri-blend set. Remember, 24 pens actually. What's 3 times that number?
Ooh,
48, 72, isn't it? So
yeah.
72 actual colours if you think about it, because every one is 3 shades in one. $79.99 or $119.95. And we also have the essential blends as well. You can take a closer look at the colours on the website, of course. Same price there as well. Same number, $79.99 or $119.95. $2.95. We can break down Sharon Callis's Butterfly and Blooms down into smaller bundles. We've got a major bundle, but we've got smaller bundles as well. So we've got the die bundles there, which is the 2 butterflies one plus the 2 sentiments, thinking of you and sending love there for £30 or $41, making a saving of over 10%. We also have the stamp and die collection there, which is really, really lovely. And this is the Butterfly Love and the Butterfly Friendship ones, both of those £23 or $30.50, saving 10%. And then we've got the quilling dies, which are really, really popular, massively popular actually. It's so easy to put together. The peony and the climbing rose there together, saving 10%, £14 or $17.50. But I do know, let me tell you, if you want to make an even bigger saving than those smaller bundles by getting them all together, of course, we've got a larger bundle of the whole collection, and it is an incredible collection, Butterflies and Blooms. It's only recently launched here at Crafters Companion as well, very, very recently, and it's fabulous because you have got both the Mariposa and the Vanessa butterfly designs. Now, you can never have enough butterflies in your life. These are so, so beautiful. Lots and lots of delicate details. You've also got the stamp and die sets, which are called Butterfly Love and Butterfly Friendship. So it's all about butterflies galore. There are also gorgeous sentiment dies here as well. So you've got the thinking of you and the sending love dies as well. I need bigger hands. And then you've got the 2 sets of the quilling dies. And let me show you those because they are incredible. So there is the climbing rose one. Have I got one for the peony as well? I haven't got one for the peony. But you've got the quilling dies, which they give you a whole flower in one pass. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful. And we've had masterclasses on Butterflies and Blooms as well. And they really are, it's an incredible set. It really is. So if you want to do the whole bundle, all the stamps and dies, and the quilling dies there in one bundle and make an extra saving, then that's the one to go for. £62, $84. Probably not that price for you because of your Club Inspired discount, which is really, really good, which takes your, where is it? It takes your platinum in the UK down to £49.60 and in the US $67.20, which is wonderful. Now, this is where all of the attention is going in this show, let me tell you. Again, from Sharon Callis. These are even newer than Butterflies and Blooms, I do believe, because I think these have been launched in the last 7 days or so. And I know there's masses and masses of excitement about them as well. They're absolutely beautiful. I love their names too. Now, these are your vintage lace frames from Sharon. So you've got this one, which is called the Torquen lace frame, and it's wonderful. I love how kind of it's neat and it's consistent, but it's also got that slight frivolity about it. It goes off on its own little journey, which I really, really love. And that's one of them. You also have the Irish lace frame, because of course Sharon herself hails from the Emerald Isle. And again, how quirky and beautiful that is, and how versatile, and how many different ways you can cut it in, cut it out, and use it just in a variety of different ways. I love it. It's a little bit haunted house mirror. It's a little bit mystical garden. It's a little bit fantasy. There's some fantasy die collections that we have that will go really, really nicely with as well. It's beautiful. And then we have the Bobbin lace frame. Now, of course, these will have taken their inspiration from, as the name suggests, vintage lace as well. Remember when ladies used to sit with their, I forget what they're called, what the little wooden pegs are called, with all of their strands, and they weave them in. What are they called? We'll have to look it up in just a second. And we also have I always come up with more questions than answers, Jan, have you noticed? Then we've got the Venetian, so it's very Alice Through the Looking Glass, that, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful frames as well. I think great for memory books and great for journaling as well. For tracking your travels would be amazing. All of that together, it's a brand new collection as well, remember, and it has an instant saving as well. So we've not come in at full price on this one. We've come in with a nice discount for you, £41 or $60. Let me do that in platinum terms, if indeed you are platinum, £32.80 or $48. And I know because I'm in, there is a Sharon Callis Facebook group as well, where lots and lots of people are raving and absolutely loving these, Jan, and I can see why.
Honestly, there's been so much thought go into these. They really have. I admire the fact that Sharon's able to design stuff like this. It's like I get the job of playing with them and making things, but as far as actually designing is concerned, that's a whole new level. But they've been really thought through because you've got 5 pieces in this particular. I'm going to use the Torquen lace, and they're loosely sort of based on a square, rectangle, oval, and where am I going with the 4th one?
Oval.
Oval, square, rectangle, circle. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So this one that I've got sort of, you've got that sort of square shape underlying. But the way that it's been designed, if I just move my packaging out of the way, you can see that we've got, I'm just going to take the pieces off onto the paper so that you can see them, but just the outside cutting edge on itself is going to give you just a plain mat. And this is just slightly bigger than the first die, which has also got its own external cutting edge. So when we cut this one out, you can layer it on top of the mat and you can have that colour showing through the die. You can also keep the centrepiece in. But then if you add the 3rd die in the collection, this is a separate cutting edge, you can cut the centrepiece out so you end up with a frame, which is what we're going to do in that first demo. But then if I take that one and that one away, you could just make yourself a plain frame. When we take this one away, you've got another matten layer, which comes into play with the next frame. And again, this has got a separate cutting edge, so you've got your matten layer again, which you can keep the centre in. Or if you use the little one in the middle, you can actually put all these together and take the centre out. Again, by using these 2, you've got a frame. You can use all 3 of them together. You could take these out and do one with you don't have to be in the middle. You could actually have the little hole here and have one of the peekaboo characters popping through there or something. So many different ways of doing it. And this is, when I look at products like this, my head goes into overdrive. I have like an explosion. I could do this, I could do that. And it's like, calm down, Jan, because you just need a demo. And I couldn't, I could do with a whole show just on them, but we're just doing a demo today. So I'm just going to leave those loose because we're going to use most pieces. So what I've done is I've pulled some cardstock out of my stash, and this is actually, I love this colour. This is Centura Pearl and it's called Pistachio. And I think it's just the most gorgeous shade of green, and it's got that lovely pearl finish on it. So I'm going to use the frame itself, the actual lace frame. I'm not going to use the external edge because this has an external cutting edge on it. But because I want it to be a frame, I'm going to bring the next layer in as well because I want the hole cut out of the middle. So I've just got some tape along the edge of here, and I'm going to try and do both of these together. So all I'm going to do is just look by eye and make sure that I've got roughly the same gap all the way around the inside, and I can actually cut these together. So that's that one. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of patterned cardstock. Now this is actually from a paper pad, and because it was a little bit thinner, I've just backed it onto some cardstock to give it a bit more substance because I want to die cut from there. And for this one, I'm going to take just the smaller frame, and I want to keep the centre in this one. So let me put my dies to one side for a second. I've got my large Gemini plates out because we should be able to cut both of these together. So let's just pop that one down. And again, little top tip for you. Oops, I think my tape's seen in better days. I might have to renew it and treat myself to a new bit of tape. Just a little top tip with the cutting machine, and this will work whether you're using a Gemini or whether you're using another die cutting machine. If you pop your dies through straight, you'll sometimes hear the roller like jump onto the die and then clunk off this end again. Absolutely fine. It's not damaging your machine, it doesn't do anything wrong, but if you just tip your die slightly at an angle, the rollers are going to then approach it from a corner and you don't seem to get as much of that jumping. So I'm going to pop them both at an angle like so, and I'm hoping that my Gemini, I'm not even going to put the metal shim in at the moment, I'm going to try it first without. Would always recommend when you've got something new like this to try it without, see where you get. If you do need to run it through again with the metal shim, you can always add it in for a second pass. So let's pop that through our Gemini and see what kind of job we get there. And then I'm going to use this smaller die as well to create a little topper. So So just wait for that to pop through there. I'll bring my card blank in that I've created and talk you through this. But let's just have a look at these first and see where we've got to. So take these off. And I'm fairly certain from when I tried this at home that when you have a look at the back of this, so we're going to take this piece out because that would save for, you know, you've got a matten layer there that you could use on another project. But you can see, if we can get in close on that one, just have a little look. You can see that die cutting's gone all the way through there without any problems whatsoever. So I don't need the metal shimming as an extra. And the same on the back of this. Well, that was literally just fell out of the die.
Wow.
So all I'm going to do is grab my die brush and just get rid of those extra pieces out of here. Quickest way of getting rid of them. And I'm going to catch them on the plate so that I can try and get them in the bin.
I still love doing it one by one.
You still like doing them one by one?
I love doing it one by one with a pokey
But can
tool.
you see how that piece from the inside of the larger frame has created like a matten layer?
Yeah.
I love the way this has been thought through. So you've got that green showing through if you wanted to do that now. I don't actually need this piece for my demo, so I'm going to save that. And then we take the tape away and we'll take that inside frame away there. So it's cut the middle out and then just gently tease this one out. And just look at the actual detail in here. It's stunning, they really are.
And there's something about Centura Pearl that's going to show out more of the detail, isn't it? Because it is so crisp, the way dies go through Centura Pearl.
It's a beautiful card.
It's awesome. It's like you've created something in like ceramics or something. It just looks awesome.
If I just pop that over the white, you'll be able to see a bit better. Just look at the detail in that. I just think that is absolutely beautiful on its own. And then we've got that little one that's going to fit inside there. So right, I'm just going to pop all this to one side for now and I can tidy up in a second. Just get rid of the bits off there. And I am going to put them in the bin. I'm not just throwing them on the floor there. Right, so card blank then, as far as we're going, and this is where I got my colour theme from. Whoops. So I've used two pieces this time of cardstock, and this is Centura Pearl again. And I'm going to aim for a 7-inch square card. So obviously I haven't got the length of 14 inches in a piece of A4. If you've got A3 card, you could do this out of one length of cardstock. But because I was on A4, I've cut two exactly the same, and I've scored it at the halfway point of the 7 inches. So at 3.5 inches here, we're half. And then all I'm going to do is pop them together to make myself a gatefold card. So you can see that these are both going to open up together. So all I'm going to do to start off with, I've got a nice new tape pen at the go, and I'm literally going to stick the back of one of these to the inside of the other one using that tape pen. Okay. And then the crosses on here were just to remind me, again, when I'm prepping early, I have to put myself little notes on, but I'm basically just going to pop that one inside this one.
X marks
and just
the spot.
Line it up. In fact, if we go for the top edge there, we should be able to get that just lined up nicely in there, and then stick that one down. So we've actually created our 7-inch square gatefold, and we've got that lovely sort of fastening at the front there. So then I've gone to one of my paper pads and chosen some paper, and I've gone on that. Here we go again, look. Bit missing. Honestly, don't waste it. When it's precious stuff, don't waste it. So that one's going to go on the inside there. And we're going to put that double-sided. The tape pens are great for this. They really are. Nice, strong adhesive in there. And then I'm just going to put a bit on the back of that layer where I've taken the elements out. Let's make sure it's got a little bit of text there. So we'll make sure that's the right way up. And that's just 1/4 inch smaller than the inside. And then I've done exactly the same to go on those front panels. So we have got, why I'd put tape on one and not on the other again is open for, you know, discussion.
Christmas jam, that's what it is.
Yeah. So that one is going to go on the front there. And again, just 1/4 inch increments to get those mats and layers. And then I'm assuming, yeah, we've got tape on that one, look. And then that's going to go on the other side to match. So that's my matting and layering done. And again, you can see, you know, the little gems come out every time. I just think they finish everything off really nicely. So that's the front and the inside part matted and layered. And then what I want to do is I want to create a bit of a fancy fold. So I'm going to stick this one just on this side, and then I'm going to stick this one on this side. Okay, now I'm literally, this is one that I've done earlier, and what I've done is I've cut it twice because this is actually going to be loose here. Just one layer of cardstock, even though it's 300 GSM, I wanted it to be a little bit stiffer. So I've cut it twice, stuck them together, added a couple of little gems. And this is where the little dotty tape pen comes in handy, because just on the back of half of it, I'm just going to add those dots of adhesive. And it's magic how they don't go through the gaps, they just stick to the actual cardstock. And then remember which side we've stuck. And then I'm going to centre it in the middle here on the front, but we're only sticking this left-hand side, so about there I reckon. So that bit's stuck down, this bit's still open, yep. And then this one, again, I've done the same again. I think we're pretty much the same. Just stuck them onto some cards. So I've just inked a little bit round the edge of these, that's all. And we don't need the dots for that one. We do need the dots with that, yeah, we do. Talking to myself again, yeah, just on half.
I am listening, Jan.
Honestly, yeah, just on the back, on that side. And these have gone on the right-hand side, and I'm going to layer those in. You think, well, now you've sealed it up because you've stuck this to this side and this to this side. And then that little one, I said we were going to come back to this one. I've just cut this out because this lines up beautifully with the inside of this particular shape. I've done this one and then stamped and embossed in gold just because we've got some gold on here. Look, the back again.
The foam pads.
Oh my days, honestly. I feel as if I've been converted. It's like seeing the light. Here we go.
We're going to have to get them in by the lorry load now, aren't we?
I'm not kidding, yep. And then I've also done this one. This was the panel that was inside.
Oh, the Century Pearl one.
There,
yeah.
So you can see I've used that one just to keep the theme. And these are just stamps from my, my stash that I'd got at home, and stamped again and embossed in there. And we're actually going to pop this one in the back. Oh, look, honestly.
She's done it again.
I'm very impressed with myself. I must have had some time on my hands, I think, for this one. And that's just going to go right in the centre as a greeting there, look. But then the closure, if you can see how these, if I get this, you can see now that this one is going to go inside.
Oh, look.
This one.
Oh, it's like a belt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the two halves of a belt coming together.
So because this one's loose at this side and this one's loose, they literally just fold in. So that's the inside, and then it's just going to pop through the middle there. And that's purely because those dies have been thought out in that manner that they're graded in size that's allowed you to do that. If I'd have cut this size out, even though it fits in the gap, I think I'd have been struggling to get that back through the aperture. So yeah, just that way. And it will stand up there once it's open. You can have that there just to see.
Fabulous.
So that was the Torquen frame on that one, which is based around that square design. So absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much, Jan. We'll have a little flick through all of the 4 different frame designs then, because that shows you, I mean, Jan used pretty much everything there in that set one way or the other, all in one card. Ever so clever. You kind of think, oh my gosh, that must have taken so much thinking about in preparing it. But I guess actually these frames are intuitive because they are also, to some degree, they are nested as well, aren't they?
Yes.
So they sit beautifully within each other. So again, a little bit of preparation and then off you go. So that's that Torquen frame design, which is really, really lovely. You also have the Irish lace design, which is gorgeous. A little bit like a sort of rectangular. Again, I always think of sort of vintage mirror frames with this as well. It's really, really lovely. Of course, the vintage lace. It's quite difficult as well because, I mean, you'll be able to see it clearer with Jan when she shows you the dies, but the level of intricacy in these dies is to the max, let me tell you. And excuse me. There is only so much detail that you can get into a die, and Sharon has managed to squeeze in a bit more, I think. It's mad. And then is the Venetian frame design there, which is very Alice in the Looking Glass as well, I think. And there are so many different ideas for that. Really, really lovely. And actually for decor applications as well, not simply just for your card making as well, for your other crafts that you do, for your mixed media. These are going to be awesome. £41, $60 for the collection of 4. And I tell you what, from all of the feedback that I've seen so far, and people that have been using these, are absolutely loving them. Talking of loving them, you're loving talking about games that you play at Christmas, aren't you? Absolutely love it. Mary Pat 1000 on YouTube says, during the holiday break, and I said this to Jan and to the team earlier, you're going to have some chance to re-watch some of our favourite shows over Christmas while we're not live and catch up and open a few of your CC boxes. You just really get started and use that that inspiration that you've got. So that's what Mary Pat 1000 will do. She's playing with all of her new CC toys and she's re-watching all the saved shows. Sue says, another lovely show with my favourites, Derek and Jan. Your demos, Jan, are fantastic and I always learn so much. Jeanette Lilly on YouTube says, Scrabble is my favourite board game. You'll find me playing that most evenings. I have to say, I love it. I'd love to know your highest Scrabble score, by the way, because I don't think I've ever got past. I think I recently had a bit of a killer game where I had like 2 8-letter words or something, or 2 of those goes where you put all 7 letters down and you get an extra 50. So I think my top score is something like 389 in a game. Now, is that way low? I mean, I have an IQ I have 2 brain cells dying of loneliness in there. So you might have a massive, massive average. Do you know what your average is, Jan? Or your high?
No, it's not something I've worked out that. We do play Scrabble, and I must admit I am, if you ask my family, I am a bit of a Scrabble master. It's like words are my thing. I do a lot of crossword puzzles. Yeah. I love those logic puzzles and things like that.
Can you remember what your highest score
might
have been?
The actual sort of challenge when we're playing is to beat Mum. Yeah. Oh. When they're all playing, it's a bit of a challenge. It's like they lay the gauntlet down. Right, we're going to beat you this time. Funnily enough, one of my girls did actually slaughter me the other night. We were playing. And she literally did. It's like, if you're going to win, do it in style. And I think she was something like 150 points in front of me. And I was just like, yeah. It wasn't a good day. Yeah. Wow. It all goes on the letters you get, doesn't it?
I think you're hiding your modesty under that Santa hat there. I think Jan secretly got an average score of about 900 in a game, and she's just being kind to the poor little boy who's just starting. Monopoly, Helen says, is my favourite. Now, producer Laura will love this, because we've got to make sense and decode this message from Karen on Facebook. She says, we love Bananagrams.
Oh, we've got that as well.
Bananagrams, is that?
Yeah. Oh, that is really good.
Does that involve any kind of real fruit? No?
Not quite.
Bananagrams?
No.
Is it a play on anagrams?
It's a word game. It's another word game. You have tiles. Yeah, we've got that.
Oh, okay,
It comes in a lovely package that's like a zipped up banana with all the tiles in.
Oh, okay.
But well, you choose so many tiles and then you have, I'm trying to think now how it works. You've got to make as many words as you can, basically, but they've all got, it's a bit like a crossword puzzle. You have to attach them all. So where one goes across, the other one can cross, and you just keep going, and then if, you have to sort of pick up extra ones if you can't go. It's just really silly, because I think it's, if you say, I can't remember all the words, I know the one of them split, that might be the one to start. And then there's peel.
I'm glad I asked, Jan.
And then when you get to the end, it's like Bananagrams. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. It's a little bit like Scrabble, but
that's just one of the games she played. And do you know what? Because of your explanation of Bananagrams, I'll leave the others till a little bit later, actually, because they're really interesting ones.
Too much time.
No, it's fine, but some other very, very interesting ones. Bananagrams. Remember that, Derek? Right. Okay. Let's look at Butterflies and Blooms from Sharon Callis. It's one of our latest collections of stamps and dies here at Crafters Companion, and they are beautiful. Everyone loves their butterflies. Everyone that I've worked with that has seen this collection has just absolutely fallen in love with it. Now, there is a big bundle which I'm about to show you. You can break it down into smaller bundles as well on Shop the Show. So your 2 main stamps and die sets in this are the Mariposa, which is the beautiful butterfly, and then there's a very, very different butterfly called Vanessa, which is really, really cute. So, so beautiful. More details on the website. But then you've got sentiment dies as well. So you've got a thinking of you die, and there's another one in the collection as well called Sending Love. Again, where you can cut it in, cut it out. Very, very versatile indeed. One of the joys of these sets as well is you get quilling dies, and they're amazing. There are two. There's a climbing rose, and there's also a peony as well, which are really, really cute. There's two other stamp and die sets as well. One called Butterfly Love, and I've forgotten the other one. It's called Butterfly Friendship. Let me just grab it, which is down here somewhere. I need an extra 3 arms, I think. There is another one there called Butterfly Friendship, which I think is this one here. And there's so much versatility in this entire set, let me tell you. £62, $84 is your price tag for that one. And again, you can see more detail of that if you have a look on Shop the Show, and that will show you all of the elements to that. But actually, we home in on one part of that now, Jan. Oh, it's so difficult to choose with this one, isn't it? Where are you going?
Well, I must admit I had a little bit of help because I've chosen the Vanessa, which is a name of a type of butterfly, but the reason I chose it is because my big girl is called Vanessa. Yeah. So that one leapt out at me straight away. I had to have a play with that one, but they are both beautiful. And again, the way this has been thought through, credit to Sharon, honestly, the layers in it allow you to do different things with it again. So if we have a look at the actual metalwork in there, and again, it's a good size. You know, you've actually got, I think we're looking on the packet at 5.6 by 4.4 inches. So we're just over 5.5 inches by sort of just under 4.5. So they are a good statement piece to put on the front of your cards. And again, they come with the outline layer. So we've popped those on here. So you've got that matte and layer design again. And then you've got your inside piece, which is just beautiful filigree work. And it's got an inside cut line as well as an outside. So you're going to get this cut as almost like a frame. And then you get the actual butterfly itself. And these have even got an extra element to them, which I'll show you once we've die cut it. So let's pop these through the machine. We're actually going to do, let's have a look. What do we want? We want, this is from the textured card packs again. So we're actually going to put the filigree part onto the lilac. I'm going to pop the, in fact, I think I've just swapped my plates over, but so that we can do it all in one go, I think we'll carry on with the larger plates there. And then I can cut them all on one pass. Okay, while you
get that together, Jan, I'm just going to talk to you about people's Scrabble scores, because I tell you what, you are of course super intelligent bunch. Susan Rushton's just said, I've had a single word score of 108.
Oh wow,
108.
Yeah.
That was one heck of a word. 2 triple word scores. Top score is 443. Oh, we must have a game. We must have a game, Susan. That would be a good game, that one. Karen says, my best game was 500 and something, and my best word was 153, but my average is about 380, and word average is 24. Oh, 24 in a word. That's good. That's good, isn't it? See, I'm kind of getting there. I'd spend more time with my head in the dictionary, to be honest, than anywhere else. Do you have a rule as well when you play, Jan, that if the word isn't in this particular dictionary, then it's not allowed? Do you play with one dictionary, or do you play with the official Scrabble dictionary?
We tend to use online. There is actually a Scrabble dictionary online, and we do tend to work with that. Because I know nowadays, it's like when we first started playing, there weren't words appeared, but nowadays they've actually added things to the dictionary that I would sort of, many years ago, would have classed as sort of slang terms. But they put them in now. So if it's in the Scrabble dictionary online, we allow it.
Do you know what we've done? We've made a rule in our house that, technically speaking, QA, QE, QI, QO and QU are technically allowed, I think, in the Oxford English Dictionary that we use, which is like from the 1960s. It's a vintage one. But we've decided that's it. That cannot be allowed.
No.
Because it's like an instant cheat, isn't it? You just hang on to the Q to the end of the game, and then you've got your killer blow, haven't you?
No, we always say that you've got to play the Q with the U. In English, it nearly always comes with the U following
but there are a couple of words. I found out recently, cat QAT is in our dictionary is allowable.
Ah.
There you go, you see. Don't know what it
There you
means.
see.
That doesn't matter, does it? It's the score that matters. Who cares what the word means?
I love all those letters. They all groan when they get the big letters like that, but I love them.
Oh, I love it.
I love the challenge
I love a
of being
Z.
able to play them. Yeah.
I love a Z and finding an unusual way of using a Z. I try not to go for the obvious, zoo. And, I quite like if you get the word quiz in Scrabble and you can hit a triple on the Q or the Z.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
You're
Job
away,
done.
aren't you?
Yep.
Anyway,
done.
Jan, what are you doing?
Right, I'm just busy die cutting all those layers that we were
Okay.
talking about. So I'm going to show you what we've actually cut out. All right, so this is my matten layer, which I think goes that way. And you can see now how this is going to build up with the layers there.
Oh, Jan, just quickly, sorry.
Yeah?
I was going to fill in a couple of gaps from earlier. We were talking about lace making and those little wooden doodahs, bobbins. Of course they're bobbins, aren't they? That's where we get the modern phrase for bobbins in sewing machines from, isn't it? From the old lace
Now,
making
I was
bobbins.
expecting something much more technical than that.
No, it's always so simple, isn't it? And quick question I'll just address that came in from, hang on. It came in from, there's so many messages today about board games. Yvonne on Facebook asked why Jan used a double base on the card. And it was about, she wanted a 7-inch base in the middle. So an A4 wouldn't have given her 14 inches long or something. It was something to do with that, wasn't it?
That was perfect, yeah, absolutely perfect, yeah, because I wanted a 7-inch square card.
Yeah.
In a A4 in the UK is about 11 3/4, so to fold it in half wouldn't have given me the 7 inches that I was working with. If you've got a larger piece of cardstock, so if you've got a piece of A3, you can cut the 14 inches by the 7, that's not a problem. But by using A4 cardstock, all I did was cut it twice and literally just overlap those two base layers to give me a 7x7 gatefold. So it's just a way of actually making use of the cardstock that you've got there. Yeah.
Oh, Jan, sorry, one more lace thing. Sorry, I'm catching up on all the...
That's
if you
all
think
right.
I'm miles behind on the comments, by the way, and you are commenting, I will catch up, I promise. But the making of lace by moving the bobbins and moving, that's how they weave the lace. That's called tattering, which would make a lot of sense if you love the crafting world and you know other brands as well, because there are brand names that are along those kind of lines. And now we know why. So there you go. Every day's a school day, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same.
I
Every
know.
time I come here, I learn something new.
Isn't it? Honestly.
Yeah.
And listen, this is the end
It's
of term for
great.
us. This is the last day of term. Don't give us too much homework today. It's the end of term.
I know.
Loads of people talking about Scrabble. Absolutely loads of you talking about Scrabble. A lot of people play online as well. They play Words with Friends, which I think it was an app. I had to stop because I was just like, I wasn't getting anything done. Dieta on YouTube says, my highest score is 556 on Words with Friends. Although Words with Friends, which is the online version, that allows almost any word. It allows X. I know XI is a word, but it allowed XIS or some other weird combination with X, and it started getting a bit silly. And you kind of think, I'm only putting that because other people are putting that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you play with people.
I had to delete it for that reason, Derek,
Yeah.
because I got a bit stroppy with it because I'm like, no, you're cheating.
Yeah.
That's not a word. And I just couldn't
Yeah.
cope with it. So
It's-
I had to delete it.
I have
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. I think a word's got to be a word, hasn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Because that makes the game fun.
When they come up with something that they play at home, I say, right, put it in a sentence. And they're like,
Yes.
if you can't put it in a sentence,
Yes.
it doesn't work. Yeah.
Or tell me what it means.
Yep.
Tell me what it means. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? Oh, it brings out the worst in everyone, doesn't it? Sometimes. I won't tell you about Tammy's game just yet. I'll come back to that, Jan. Right, where are we up to?
Right, so you can see the pieces that I've cut then. I've got that lovely gold piece at the back, which is my sort of mat, and then the filigree piece that I've cut out of the lilac, which had the extra butterfly inside there. So you could use that one as well if you wished. We'll decide whether we want to put that in the middle or not when we pop the card together. And then straight through our non-shed glitter card without a metal shim. And it's cut that out beautifully. You can see all that filigree work. And also, this is the bit that I was saying when I cut it. You see how the inside wings, if I just tip it up there, can you see how there's that movement in the wings here as well? So it's actually been, so you could die cut this a second time and just build up that inside piece. It's really, really well thought out. So again, I'd chosen my colour of card, created the back in the Centura Pearl again, and then I've built up using the same layer. So I've got that matte, the satin gold on the other layer. I've got some of the lilac, and then I've just made a background. Okay, so I've just used some of my quick dry, my water reactive inks on the background, a little bit of gold paint that I've just splattered happily away with my paintbrush and made myself a nice background. And I thought I could feel on the back. She's organised again. Look, I have impressed myself today, Derek. Whoa. I really have.
Look at that. You must be the only person here who's enacting their New Year's resolution before we'd even got to it.
Before I've even... Getting organised. I am a pretty organised person, but I do surprise myself sometimes. As I say, I think I must have had time to get all these sorted. So yeah, we're just going to go for a nice square, large square card on this one. And we're going to matte and layer. And I've left a slightly bigger border on the layers just to give that effect. So there's a 1/2 inch border, leaving me 1/4 inch each side on the card. Then I've gone for a narrow one with just an 1/8 inch on the gold. Then I've gone back to the wider one again, and then our piece on the top, okay? So, oh, I haven't put any bits on there. I'm going to say I've got the pieces that I'd done earlier. I've run the filigree piece through that lovely Xyron machine that we can never keep in stock, but it's there, it's handy if you've got it. If not, you've got your dotty tape pen will work on the back of here, the spray glues, whatever your chosen sort of way of sticking the filigree things down. So for us, it's just as quick to run them through that Xyron machine. So just need to peel this off really carefully.
Jan, while you're doing that, you know you'd heard of Bananagrams. I was glad I asked. But have you heard of making bacon? Making bacon.
Oh, I haven't. No, that's a new one.
That's another one of Karen's games over Christmas.
That's a new one.
We might need that explaining, and what doesn't need explaining, but I know that I want to play straight away is Elvis Yahtzee.
Oh, I've all got ordinary Yahtzee.
I love Yahtzee. It's brilliant. Not played it for years. It reminds me of my childhood, and I used to hate it when I was a child. But now it brings back like. I love it because it's easy to play as well, Yahtzee, isn't it, relatively? She also plays a game called Apples to Apples. Heard of that one?
No,
we need that one explaining, Karen, as well. And I think producer Laura might know this one. I don't know why, because it sounds vaguely alcohol related, and she is our alcohol expert, let me tell you. Caliente Canasta.
Ooh.
Have you heard of that, Jan?
I've heard of Canasta. Canasta is a card game,
is it?
Yeah.
So what's Caliente?
I think it's played with, I think it might be a special deck of cards.
Right, Karen,
but I've not
get back to us, Karen. We need to know about Caliente Canasta. Right, sorry, Jan.
No, the only reason I'd pause there is, again, a little top tip for you.
Yeah.
Because this is sticky on the back now, and it's very delicate, although the filigree work, I've just taken half of the backing off, and literally, I'm going to position this on the top of that mat. But if you peel all of it off, sometimes it can be a bit sort of hit and miss as to whether and now I know it's in the right place, I can just peel the rest of it off and then let it lie flat on that mat.
Which is all well and good if you've got a Xyron, lady, but
I
most
know.
of us haven't so far. It's dotty tape pens at the ready otherwise, isn't it? Apparently Caliente Canasta, Laura's just had a little look up on the internet, so it must be true. It's played with the standard card deck.
Right.
It's just a variation of Rummy, apparently. Mary Pat 1000 has told me her favourite Christmas movie. I don't know whether she wants me to act it out as a charade.
Ooh.
I don't think I could even try.
Oh, no.
I don't think I could even try with that one, producer Laura. Like, there are some that are, you think, yeah, I could act that out. I knew you'd want to give me one to do. Marilyn says, Charlie Brown Christmas on my DVR to watch tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Oh, what's the other one? Is it The Nightmare Before Christmas? The Jack Skellington. That's one lots of people work, don't they?
Yeah.
Before Christmas.
One of my favourites has already been on. I like Jack Frost.
Oh, really?
You've seen that one with the talking snowman?
Oh, no, I don't think I have, actually.
I love that one, yeah. It's Michael Keaton that plays it, and it's the snowman comes to life when Mum and Dad have gone to bed, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, talking to the snowman, I do like I don't like keep hearing it on the radio over and over again, but you know that walking in the air, the snowman thing. It's quite nice to watch at Christmas, isn't it? Kind of thing. Sandy says, oh, she's given me a film, which I might do a little bit later. Quick one from Ro, and I've loved this comment since it came in, which was about half an hour ago. So sorry it's taken me so long, but they play a game called Re-Giftmas. Now, everyone that wants to play brings a gift from their home. It must be unused and unwrapped. Everyone takes turns opening the gifts one at a time, and you can either open a new gift or you can steal someone's open gift. It's lots of fun. It does sound lots of fun, actually, doesn't it? I'll have yours. It looks better than mine. So, where have you got to, Jan?
Right, I've literally just, this is the one that I die cut earlier. And again, I've just added a cup. I'm back with my gems again, a little bit of bling in it. So the question now is, do we want to put the purple one, I think he wants to be the other way. Is it the other way around? No? Do we want the purple one in the background with him over the top? Or do we want the gold glitter card straight onto there? I think it disappears more. Oh, I don't know. Laura's saying she likes it like that.
It's quite subtle, isn't it?
My initial thought was to do it without, yeah. Whereas this one, it's showing that lovely satin card. Shall we go with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, decision made. Okay. So I've just put a little bit of tape.
I love the fact you give us the choice sometimes, Jan.
Centre.
Mind you, that's just because you haven't made your mind up, isn't it?
And again, I'm not going to stick the wings down. I'm just going to position it in that gap where it's come out. You can see where it lines up. But I want to leave the wings separate so that we can just lift those up. And then the other one in the kit with this one is the sending love. So again, you've got that lovely little sentiment which has got its own mat, and then you've got the wording to make the sentiment. And when it's cut out there, you can see I've done it in the gold and the purple again, just to match our design that we've already got. So I'm going to keep that one flat, I think. I'm going to put a bit of wet glue, because this has got paint and whatnot on it. I'm just going to put a bit of wet glue on the back of there to get a good adhesion on it. And again, we'll just position. I've kept it nice and simple. I'm saying nice and simple. The dies have done all the work. You know, all I've done literally is die cut. Made the background because I found with the pattern papers that they were a bit overpowering for the design. I wanted this to be the focal point. And all the pattern papers that I pulled out and had a look at were a bit too busy, which is why I went with the ink background. But if we turn that one round for you to have a zoom in on there, you can see there you've got that lovely filigree. And honestly, they're just beautiful. They speak for themselves. You don't need much else on the front of the card there.
They do, it's so true.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Love it. As always.
Okie dokes.
Lots of people saying things like in the comments saying, oh, do you know what? I know it's your last day, but like last day before Christmas, because we're rerunning shows for your delectation over Christmas and New Year. But people are saying, oh, still need everything. It's not want everything. I need everything. That's the thing, isn't it? It's so difficult, isn't it? Right. Okay. Listen. Shall we? You might have missed this when it was originally on, but before Sharon Callis, one of her ranges first appeared on HSN, we actually caught up with Sharon, because obviously she's based in Ireland, so travel's been difficult this year, etc., etc. But it's quite nice to get to know someone like Sharon as well. So we caught up with her for a quick chat. Have a look at this.
Hello, my name is Sharon Callis and I am the designer of the brands Arts and Flowers and Sharon Callis Crafts. Being able to bring my collections to HSN is a dream come true for me. I've been a passionate crafter for all my life, and I've been very blessed that I've been able to turn my passion into a business. Working with Crafters Companion in development of my designs and ranges has been wonderful. They understand what crafters need, what crafters want, and I think we've come together and we have developed collections that you as a crafter will love and enjoy. But living here in Ireland, we're surrounded by nature, we're surrounded by beauty, and I wanted to bring that into my collections and share that with you. I'm going to be very naughty and give you a sneak peek of one of my collections, and this is the Butterflies and Blooms collection. In this collection you will get stamps that are gorgeous big butterflies that you can colour. You can also then cut them out with your outline dies. We've got gorgeous nested butterflies, which are surrounded by a filigree frame that you can use together or separate, or leave the butterfly and stamp in the centre. Then we've got our double-sided quilling dies. These are so easy to make. It's simply one cut, one fold, one roll, and you've got beautiful blooms in seconds. And the beauty of this is very little glue is needed and you get beautiful uniform flowers every time. And then we have some sentiments. So this is a little sneak peek of the Butterflies and Blooms collection, and I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much.
I love Sharon's voice. You could just listen to Sharon forever. You're like, oh, please, could you tell me a story as well? Would you do me an audio book that I can just listen to on my drive home? I'd find that very, very relaxing. Especially Jan and I had a similar kind of drive. In fact, Jan's drive is twice as long as mine. But today it was like literally you needed like a jet ski because you were just coming through water. You're like, there are lines on the road somewhere, but I'm just sort of roughly going.
It was just a case of head for a gap, wasn't it?
Like, yeah, it is like driving through a canal today. Yeah. Right, should we do our first charade, Jan?
Oh, go on then. Be kind to me.
I'm going to do a Christmas film. Now, technically, I shouldn't speak because
right.
this is quite difficult to do on TV. So I'm going to act it to the screen, shall I?
Yes.
And then you can guess as we go along.
Yes.
So it is
a film. 2 words. First word. Door. Sounds like door, no? Paper. White. White. Second word. Tree. White tree. White stocking. White. Card. White. Oh, my producer's giving me a bit of help. It's a White Christmas, of course.
White Christmas. Well done.
White Christmas.
Thank you to whoever sent me that idea.
At it.
If you want me to act out a film title for Jan to try and guess, get it in the comments in the next hour. We've got 3 big things happening in the next hour, by the way. Get your comments in because we are announcing the winners of the raffle. That's all closed now as well, so don't try and buy tickets now because the winner will be chosen in the next 60 minutes by our social media superstar team, and they will let me know and I'll let you know as well. So the last thing we do before we go away for Christmas is announce a big winner. I've got 2 other winners to announce before the end of the hour as well. You just need to comment on our Facebook or YouTube. Just join in the conversation, whatever it might be, and you could win £20 or $20 credited to your Crafters Companion account. I'll do one on YouTube and one on Facebook. Now we're going to do one of our favourite collections, which is Characters Over the Edge. These are just brilliant. And as the name suggests, the characters go over the edge. And whether that edge be to the left or to the right, to the left, or to the right, take it back, yeah, yo. Or you can, I don't know, I was nearly doing the cha-cha slide there very, very badly. I'll try not to do that. Don't become that embarrassing, Uncle Derek. So here are the characters over the edge. Have a mice day. Have a mice day. I love it. Always the most popular. We all love a little mouse, don't we? Feline Friends. Here's Feline Friends, which is really, really beautiful. It's like my 2 cats as well, Bobbin and Pickle, who are sisters. And they're just like 2 peas from the same pod. Very, very beautiful. Again, so you can send them over the edge. They send me over the edge, let me tell you, on a daily basis. Paw Prints, which is your little puppies there, which are absolutely beautiful. That's in the collection as well. You also have one of my favourites there is Birthday Balloons, which is really, really cool. Very, very nice and very, very different. So you can use that for lots and lots of different occasions. Look, what is that? What is that? What is that? Who's holding the balloons there? Is it a little bear? Ah, do you remember Rupert the bear? Do you know Rupert the bear stateside? I'm not sure if you do. It was a big thing here when I was growing up, apparently. Or not that I've grown up yet. I'll let you know when I am. And then we have got the final one, which is Birds in Bloom, which is really, really nice. And you might think, oh, now these dies, they're one-sided. They're not complete. Well, that's all part of the over the edge concept, and that's what gives you the choice and the flexibility. So the whole bundle here is £60 or $80 there. Probably not that price, of course, because of your Club Inspire discount as well. If you love it, grab it quickly while you can. If you've never seen these before, you are going to love them. They are very, very popular today indeed. Jan, have you chosen one of these to send yourself over the edge?
Yes, I have.
On these?
I have.
Have
I'm
you?
going
Which
to
one are you
demo
doing?
one of them.
Which one are you doing?
Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah,
You
go
ready?
on. It's the bear.
Nope.
Do I get another guess?
I'm equally rubbish at giving you a clue, aren't I? No, I'm going to do the little mousy one.
Fabulous.
Yes. Love it.
Our favourite. Lovely. Right, let's get started then. Let's get cracking.
Are we back to me?
Yes,
oh my
yeah, go
goodness,
for it.
I didn't realise you were ready.
Yeah, no, it's
I've
your
just got
turn
one
now.
or two samples that I've just been having a look at. These are lovely. Honestly, when these landed, it was which one shall I pick? But these are just some of the design team samples. Get my teeth in straight. So you've got those little kitty cats there in a sort of a diorama style one. So again, these lend themselves to those apertures, and they will cut. I'll show you the dies, the metal in a second, but they cut either, you can cut over the top of the animals like we have done here. You can cut to the side of the animals, so you can see how this one's actually been done around the edge, which is similar to what I'm going to do on my demo. Or you can cut the other side, so you can either cut down the right hand side, down the left hand side with them. But just to give you a few ideas, you've got those lovely little dogs there, look. So they've been cut over the edge of that one to make like the gatefold.
Is that dog in a bathtub?
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's lovely. That's the little bear with the balloons. He's been cut on the top again, so that pops up from the top of the card. So the card sort of stands like a tent fold, and then he's popped up from the top. And then again, making your card shapes and cutting them out of there. So you've got that one using one of the nesting dies again. Absolutely gorgeous. They're really, really pretty. But I did actually pick, I fell in love with the little mousy one. So we're going to have a play. And I thought I'd got it out.
I'll tell you what. While you're sorting yourself out,
it's here. It's all right. I picked him up with the samples I'd got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's here. It's all right. I've got him. So yes, we've got Have a Mice Day. Okay, and in here you get again sort of metalwork, which I'm going to show you here. And you think, well, it looks a bit odd. It looks a bit odd, but when we take it into its stages, you've got the top bit. And if I pop the stamps on here so that you can see them, the top bit will cut around the top of the stamp so that you've got that pop up at the top. And then you get the left and right shapes so that depending on which side of your card you want to cut, you can cut out either this side away from the card design or the other one cuts out the left-hand side. So choices again as to which way you want to work with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a go with this. So I've taken a piece of stamping card again, and I think if I remember rightly, this was 11 inches by 7, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 11 by 7, and I've scored in the centre at 5.5 inches. And then what I want to do with this is make a fold back card. So normally I would score at the halfway point and fold it back on itself. But I don't actually want to put that score line in until I've done my die cutting. So if you imagine this is going to turn back on itself, I'm going to cut my little mouse out of here. So what I want to do, let me just think. Let me get my stamp out so that I can get it the right way around. We're going to have him on here like so. And what I've done is I've marked the centre. Let me just see the pencil line here. Just mark the centre and drawn a little bit of pencil line so that I know where that fold's going to be when I do put it in. So we're going to have him on here like so, or her. It could be a he or a her. And I want to cut away, let me think, this side here. So I'm going to take this one. And I want to actually cut away this element so that it comes onto the front of the card. Is that the right one? That's the right one, yes. So all I'm going to do is line this up again. I need some tape for this. And I'm just going to line about the same distance here as what I've got at the bottom. And I'm going to take the die onto that pencil line at top and bottom. Yeah? And then we'll literally pop a little bit of tape just to keep it in place. And I'm going to use my junior plates and literally just hang this bit over the edge. I don't need that to even go through the die cutting machine. I just want to cut that outline. So again, we'll put the thin metal die plates over the top, and then I can just flip that round, and I want that to go through sideways like that. So as long as you've got that piece at the back so that it doesn't interfere with the rollers, it's only going to cut where the plates are, so it's not touched this piece at all. So let's hope that I've got that the right way around now, because it was just puzzling me a little bit there. But I think we're good. So just take this one off gently. And again, with that tape, with the pressure from the Gemini, if you roll it back rather than tearing it off, I find that there's less risk of it damaging your cardstock. So just lift it up at one edge and roll it rather than actually pulling it off. Okay, take that out. And what it's done, it's released this edge here. You see there? Yep. So pop the die back on there, and then we need the stamping element now. So I'm just going to secure the die so that we don't lose that edge. I've got a little bit of rogue tape there that I just need to get off, otherwise it's going to annoy me.
Jan, have you ever heard of Mysteries of Old Peking?
Oh, no. Sounds like a...
Julia on Facebook, she says, it's a game that comes out every Christmas. We must have had the game for 20 years or more. It's a silly game, which is why we love it.
Sounds a bit like
the
local takeaway.
Yeah, I don't know. You might have to tell us more about that. There's loads of you who have, games that you play.
All these games.
Fascinating as well. Ray says, I like backgammon in the winter.
Yep, that's a good one. That's
and cornhole in the warmer months.
And what?
Cornhole. 2 words. Corn, as in corn that you eat.
Yeah.
And hole, as in a hole.
Not heard that one either.
I've never heard of it.
Do you know, this is going to cost me a fortune now when I get home and I start looking for all these games.
Yeah, I think we need more detail on that as well. Crafty Ajay says, thanks to all the team at Crafters Companion, and not forgetting the backroom team as well for making it all possible. Yes, I have to say, especially this year, everyone, not just the people that you see behind, but actually probably least of all the people that you see in front of the cameras, but everyone behind the cameras have worked their little socks off, haven't they, Jan?
We couldn't do this without
them.
No, it's okay. We're the ones that you see on the screen, but we couldn't do this without the team in the, they're all sort of the unsung heroes, because they're the ones that aren't seen on screen. But you and I couldn't stand here and do what we do without our voices in our head and everything else that's going on there. It really is a team effort.
And it goes far beyond that as well, because to get one Crafters TV show on air, if you think about how many weeks in advance we need to get Jan her products so she knows what the show will be, what ranges will be on the show, that needs to happen weeks in advance. Will deliveries, when do deliveries arrive to schedule those shows into? We've got all of the samples and our design team as well, all that. And our design team, I have to say, you are all absolutely incredible and amazing. And I know you don't always get credited every time we see a sample. I try to as much as I can, because I think you're all absolutely amazing. For the love of Crafters Companion as well, we've got some real talent. And it's great how we all share each other's ideas, Jan, as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and it's sort of like, you're sort of inspired by different things as well. You might see something that one of the design team's done and think, oh, that's really nice, but I'm going to try that on a different style card. Or you might try it in a different colourway, or just the positioning different, And I mean, I must admit, if I do that with any of the cards, I do try and give the girls a shout out, because they do a fantastic job. And like Derek says, they don't always get a lot of time either. Sometimes just because of necessity, things happen quickly, and we'll ring them up, can you do this, can you do this? And they never ever let us down, really don't. So yes, fantastic. So coming back to my little guy here then, stamped him out, we've lined him up, we've been able to line the stamp up. If you saw me place the stamp face down, just followed that cut edge that we'd done, and then again using the platform, you know that it's going to go down in the same place. So what we've actually got now is, let me just pop that out of the way, and what I want to just grab now is my scoreboard, and what I'm going to do is pop those score lines in. Just need a score tool there. And where I'd got those score lines, where those marks in at the beginning, I'm just going to now score. So I'm on 2 3/4 inches. And all I'm going to do is score down to where the die has started cutting. So just here, I've stopped. And then at the bottom, I'm going to do the same. And I just want to score down from where the die's cut, so that I can now fold this back. And you can see we've got that lovely fold back design now there. Yeah? So let me just pop that back down underneath there. Now, one or two people, when I've taught classes with similar ideas to this before, they're not keen on the fact that it's got the cutaway part here. So if you can see this in the back and it bothers you, all I would do is actually back it. You know, so put a spare piece of card either behind it or on top of it here, just to cover that element if it bothers you. You know, I quite like the idea of seeing how it's been done. It sort of lets people know how that bit's sort of flipped up. But yeah, just stick a piece over the top and you've got your card back intact there and still got that element that folds. So yeah, whichever you prefer. So we've got him there ready, and then we can do a wee bit of colouring. I've got that lovely muted brown one again, that brown grey shade, which I used for the watering can. Now what I'll use this bit just to rest on, because I just need a little bit there to rest on. And again, I'm not going to colour all of it. I've actually got one that I've prepared, but just because I've used my alcohol proof dye, we can start and add the colouring in. Have I got my light one? Yes. It always looks really dark when I first go on here. But yeah, just to add that colouring in there. And again, if you're at a level where we're colouring just the one shade, absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to have a practice with the blending, then the tri-blends are a really good way of getting into that blending, because they've worked out the 3 different shades for you. So literally I would go around, I would add that lighter layer in just to saturate the cardstock, and then I would start bringing in the other layers. So if I go to the other end and go to the dark one now, I can think, well, we could just have a little bit of dark at the bottom of his ears and round the edge of his face, and a little bit of dark at this side here, and then go to the mid shade, just again nudge that edge just to blend it in, just a little bit there, and again round this one, little circular motions just to tip the edge of that blending, and then back to the light and same again. And you can see where it starts to build up that shading, and then like I said earlier, step away from it and leave it to dry. Okay, so I'm not going to do loads of that. I just want to talk you through the next bit that I've done, because as well as the main image, you've got all the extra pieces on here. So I took this flower, which I really like the way it was designed, this one, and what I've done is I've stamped in picked 2 different colours of ink, and I've actually added stamps to my cardstock on here just to bring out the image. And I've also stamped myself a piece. I'll show you what I mean. Picked the turquoise and the lemon and literally just stamped all over in the different colours. And then the little one is off here as well. You can see we've got that little tiny daisy there as well. So just using those to make a background, and then with the little mouse coloured in, if I bring this one, you can see where we've got to with him. So this is where we started out with that lovely cut apart there. And then just by adding some of the stamping to it and colouring, you can see him all coloured in, even with his little rosy cheeks there. And then this bit was going to go in the back. So again, see, look, some have tape on, some don't have tape. There's no rhyme or reason to it as to which ones have and which ones haven't. So use the tape runner again in there. It's only lightweight cardstock. And we're going to pop that one in the back there just to match it up with the front. And if you wanted to write on here, you could either write on the back panel, or again cut yourself like a little oval out or something with your nesting dies to write your sentiment on. And then we've got him at the front there, and then just to finish that off, I've actually stamped it again and just fussy cut the flower section out there. So you can see this one is the bottom here. And again, I just coloured this plain in case you could see any of the edge, but I've gone to town with the shading on. You see the difference with the, what I call the flat colouring and then the shading. Added a couple of little gems on, and then we're literally going to sort of almost decoupage. And you could, I've just done the one layer, but you know, you could bring it up a couple, 2, 3 layers. We're on the foam pads again.
I was just about to say, well, if you're going to lift it, I can't see any chunky glue over there.
No, not at all. It's not even come out of my bag. Look, it's going to get I know. Feeling rejected, isn't it?
I know.
Literally, we've got that one to go over the top of there. Just line that up as if he's sat nestled in that little set of flowers. And then again, you've got your sentiments on here. So I've actually used this one that says, enjoy the little moments in life. And just stamp that out with a bit of that lemon card.
Blimey,
that I was
that's good
using.
for right now, isn't it? That
It
sentiment.
sure is,
Perfect,
yeah.
isn't it?
Live in the moment.
Yeah.
You never know what's around the corner. Okay, and I was just going to pop this one up on the top there, just with that little flag border. And you can see there again, they are so cute. So we'll just stand him up there and you can see you've got that fold back there with that lovely little mousey sat in his nest of flowers. I just think it's gorgeous. Yeah, they're so cute, aren't they?
Love them.
Right.
Thank you very much, my darling. That's amazing. We've solved an issue, by the way. Not solved an issue. We've had a question answered. You know, we were asking about, and it was an odd question, I know, but if you let me know about games that you play, wherever you are around the world, and they've got unusual names, then I'm going to ask you to explain them. So cornhole is a thing that happens in the US, and Tina has explained it beautifully because she said cornhole is a bag filled with dried corn kernels that is tossed to a board with a hole. Now the board is on a slant, so you get points when the bag lands in the board and in the hole. And I presume if it doesn't go in the hole, that the other person playing you tries to knock your bags off the board at the same time as trying to get theirs into the hole. Apparently there are tournaments. Yvonne says there are tournaments for it in Wisconsin. It's a great family game. Everyone can play. Samantha also says, so I don't know why it makes me laugh. It's just the name of the game, I think. We have cornhole tournaments in the US. Big money. I've got to stop saying that now. Let's recap. Character over the edge as well before I get all silly and giddy and unnecessary, and it's the last day and I don't really want to get sacked on the last day. Before Christmas, that is. We will be back in the new year. So, right, let's do the over the edge. So we have the Have a Nice Day, which Jan just demonstrated beautifully for us. I love the fact that there is a flower above their head. I'm sure you could expand that idea and make it into a piece of headwear if you wanted to. You know, the flower above. I think it's really, really lovely. You've also got Feline Friends, which is the two little pussycats, which is beautiful. You can send them over the edge, left, right, and above, of course. You can buy them individually, as you can see at the bottom, and then there is a multi-buy, 2 for $20 or $30. But the main bundle gets you all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, doesn't it, for that £60 or $80. There's the little doggies, and they are, that one's called Paw Prints. And again, as you can see, you can send that one over the edge, left, right, or up as well. Now, I think I'm right in saying, Jan, as well, with most of the dies, you might need to do a little bit of fussy cutting with some, but you can, if you wanted to just cut the characters out in their entirety, there is a way of generally using the different die elements, isn't there, to sort of, they'll go most of the way round.
I would be tempted to do them one at a time so that you could line them up rather than trying to do them all together, because the last thing you want is those dies to overlap.
To overlap, yeah.
And the way that they're designed, I would actually cut sort of the top element, then the left side, then the right, and then you might just have to trim. Like you said, just snip the little bit where it is, if it's not quite joined up. But yeah, you could cut it all out and then use it as a topper. You could do it more than once, like I did with that demo, and decoupage them up. Lots of different ways of doing it. It's we just get, you know, a little slot to show you one way when we're demoing, but yeah, loads of different ways of using them. And he says, just thinking about other sets that I've seen before, for instance, for this one, birthday balloons, because it's a little birthday bear holding the balloons. If you were doing that over the edge above, and it was a wide enough card, you could probably add another little peekaboo character into that as well, couldn't you? Or you could have two over the edge sets. You could have cats on one side and dogs on the other, couldn't you? Oh, wow, yeah. Going over the edge.
Go one left, one right.
There's no limit to it, really,
no, absolutely.
Is there? Yeah.
And this one is called Birds in Bloom. So that entire set of 5, if you want it as one bundle, is £60 or $80. Less, of course, with your Club Inspire discount. I'm just going to run back to your comments for a second before we go on to the Lee Holland stamps. This is brilliant. I'm fascinated by this cornhole. I think it's brilliant. I think we need a cornhole. We've got a table in here in the as yet unveiled Spectrum Noir area. And actually, have they all gone home? If we drilled a little hole in that, Jan. No, I think that's probably more than our lives worth.
I'm not even going there.
Gloria, yeah, no, absolutely. We're gonna behave. We're gonna stand at our desks, and that's it.
Yes.
For the next 40 minutes. Don't forget, we've got the big raffle announcement as well before the end of the hour as well, and we're going to try and somehow, socially distanced, do that together as well. Gloria on Facebook has said, "Thank you, Jan. I was wondering why my cards were always wrong. I always cut away the complete tab. Thank you for showing me the correct way." I presume she's talking about the over the edge. She probably did the over the edge instead of scoring that line, cut it off, and then thought, oh, I don't know. But anyway, she says you've shown her the correct way now, which is brilliant.
That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. She also says, "Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Looking forward to seeing you next year." Oh, Jan, just a very quick question from Diane. What do you do to cover up where the colour bleeds through the back? You know, you were using the alcohol markers there, weren't you?
Yeah, I must admit, if you, we were talking, you can just see, if I just show you the back of this one, you can see where the actual alcohol markers, they are made to do that, I must admit. But again, just like we did before, I've actually put my die away now, but if you chose to use that, I don't know what I've done with the piece of scrap card. You know, I had the piece of card that fit in the gap here. If you took a piece this size and cut it again in the same place, you could snip this away and back it so that you've got that. Because it's been done with a die, you'd get the exact same edge to stick over it and actually back it if it bothered you, if you know that you could see it through there. But yeah, you will always get, with alcohol markers, you will always get that bleed through the back. That is how they're designed to work. But yeah, just use the die, use the same edge and recut it out of a piece of scrap card. And I would actually stick it to this side here with the shape on the back. And you've literally got him back there so that when you turn it over, it'll be white on the back. Yep.
Fabulous. Thank you, darling. Right, okay, let's move on to the Lee Holland stamps as well, because I've realised we've done so much silliness in this show. We're going to run out of show before we get to the end of it, before you know it. Let's do the Lee Holland stamps right now. I just want to show you a lovely Christmas card that we've had in from Pan Craven, wishing us all a Merry Christmas to Sarah and the team. And it's done using one of the Lee Holland stamps as well. So let me show you thank you very much, Pam, and thank you for your sweet treats as well, which are very, very lovely and made us all smile an awful lot. Thank you. We have got the full set of these Lee Holland stamps, and they are so much fun as well. So let me take you through them. There are in this collection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this collection. 6, and they are big stamps as well, which is really, really good. So the first one's called If Friends Were Flowers. And it's got a number of different kind of sentiments on it as well, which is good. So you've got sorry there, you have make a wish, you're a treasure, and if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Ah, how sweet is that? That's lovely. Now we also have you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. That's beautiful as well, isn't it? Now that's is that a little dragon? Is that a little dragon? Oh, are they all little dragons?
Yeah, they're lovely.
Do you know, because I'm looking at them from behind and upside down. I hadn't spotted that the first one. Oh yeah, look. It's definitely a dragon, that, isn't it? Absolutely. It's got something on its tail, though, isn't it? It's got a butterfly on its tail, which is why I couldn't tell straight away, you see. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Right, okay, so this one is called You Are My Sunshine. Yes, I prepped the show, thank you very much, days in advance. And then we've got the next one, which is With Love. Oh, how cute is that? Now, do you know what? That would be wonderful. I know we are at the time of year we are right now, which is where we're knocking on the door of Christmas, but Valentine is never far away. We're not going to have many chances to say that, are we? This side of Christmas, we don't often when you watch channels that sell things, they're talking about Easter and next summer before it's even Christmas, and it drives you crazy. So I'll only get one chance to do that, but for your Valentine, that could be rather nice indeed. Here's another. Oh, look at Hello You. So that could be for an any reason card, couldn't it? Because look at the look on his little face. He's just standing there going, "Hi, it's just me, just saying hi, love you." How cool is that? Then we've got From Me to You. Oh, now is that a big cake there? Yes, it is, isn't it? It's a multi-layered cake. That's a brave That's a brave baking dragon, isn't it? With so many tears on his cake there. Really, really good. You just know he's about to trip over someone's about to get covered in cake, which sounds pretty good to me. So we've also got thank you as well. Ooh, now, I wonder what's in those gift boxes. It looks like a big hat box, doesn't it really? But I wonder what's actually in there. What does a dragon buy for his or her significant other? Firelighters? I don't know. £36 or $50 for that big and entire collection if you would like it. You can have a closer look on the website, of course. They are available individually, as you can see there. £7.99 or $9.95. But why not go for a multi-buy? Pick a couple that you love and your favourite, 2 for £14 or $18, which is really, really good. Let's go back to your comments as well, which have just zoomed in to huge proportions. Tansy Pansy on YouTube, loving your usernames on YouTube. The dragon stamps are adorable. I use them in my big card. I only have 3, but they're extremely versatile. I fussy cut 15 after colouring them, which was a bit of a fiddly affair, but it was worth it. Absolutely brilliant. Patty says on YouTube, love these stamps. I've been having so much fun colouring them. And Kathy on YouTube says, it's nice that the stamps are so big, and Lynn's loving the stamp sets as well, which is really, really good. Fantastic. Right, 3 prize winners in the next 30 minutes, so you can't leave us. We've got to have you, because remember, this is the last chance for us to be live with you this side of Christmas as well, so let's make the most of it in the next half an hour. But you love these Lee stamps as well, Jan, don't you?
Do you know, I know I keep saying this, but I am in my element when I'm stamping. I mean, I love all sorts of different crafts. I love making the cards. I do a lot of scrapbooking. I love mixed media. I love home decor. But I started out stamping, and particularly stamping little cute images. And these, honestly, they are such a dream. And I think just to brighten somebody's day, you know, even if it wasn't a significant occasion, like we've just said, just to say hello or thinking of you, just because, especially in the times we've found ourselves this year, it's just to make somebody smile, I think. And I know I've got a few people that I know that would certainly sort of, you know, would feel better for a smile. So I've actually, funnily enough, Derek, I chose the With Love one. It's almost as if you knew and we hadn't even discussed it.
Oh, is it the just to say?
The Valentine one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So,
cool.
On there you've got, they're absolutely gorgeous, the designs. The little dragons are so cute, honestly. And he's got his heart here. And it says, you make my heart happy. And then next to you is the best place to be. And then with love, honestly, they really are just cutesy. So we're going to stamp him out. We'll do a little bit of colouring again, and then I'm just going to show you how I've actually designed the card and popped it together. So I've just got Nina stamping card again this time. It's the same, you know, same setup. We're not changing anything. And lay him face down wherever you want him, and then we'll take, we'll use this one that I've got out here. And literally, because I'm just stamping in once, I can use an ordinary stamping platform. I don't need the magnetic one. Again, I'm using the same ink. So, you know, we're doing the same thing all the way through the show. Going for the Flagstone one again, making sure it's alcohol proof because we're using those fabulous tri-blend markers to colour with, and give him an ink cup. So we're just going to pop him down onto that Nina cardstock. So pop it over, and the reason I'd picked a larger piece of card is because I've die cut this with one of my nesting circles to go on the front of the card that I've designed for him. So again, just make sure, just give it a second so that that ink transfers onto the card. A lot of detail in them to say that they're such a cute little stamp. And then when we lift him, just look. I just think that is adorable, honestly.
It is, it's
just,
so nice.
That's your starting point for your design. So we'll pop that to one side. And then I've actually taken the coral, rather than going full on red for the heart, I just wanted to tone it down a little bit because it went with the papers that I was working with. So I've taken the coral blend here, and again, light, medium and dark. So I just need some scrap again to pop underneath. And I'm just going to start and work a little bit of the heart for you, and then I'll show you the one that I've coloured in total. So again, if you've not been with us earlier, if you've just joined the show, just a quick little bit of information about the tri-blend. So bit underneath, let me just move the mat actually, we don't need to have the stamping mat under there. Bit of scrap card underneath just to catch any residue that soaks through the card. And then literally I'm going to apply that lightest layer again. And I'm not going to work the whole thing. I find, again on a personal level, if I do too much colouring at once, it starts to dry out. And I don't want it to. I want the alcohol to remain there so that I can start and do the blending. So a little bit at a time, and then flick to the darkest one and think, right, well, if he's overlapping this little heart here, I'm going to get some shadow behind where he stood. So I'm going to bring some dark of the shade into here. And where the heart crosses here at the top, I'm going to put a little bit in behind here. And then back to the middle one again, and just little tiny circles, just to nudge that edge and blend it out so that there's not such a harsh line. Same on this side. And then back to the light one where we started and do the same over that edge to blend it back into that light tone. And you can see you've got that depth of colour there starting to create some shape. So if I just bring a little bit, I can show you a bit more shading down here under his nose. I'm not going to colour the whole thing in. I could just get lost in the colouring. I love this. But as I say, we want to look at the actual card that we've put together. So saturate it enough that you've got some alcohol to work with. Flick it to the dark one. And again, where he's sat here, there's going to be shadow from where he's sat. So I'm just going to put some dark under here, where he's holding it there, to the middle one. Blend out that line there just with those little circles just onto the edge of it. Being careful not to go too far over it, because the way the alcohol works is that if I go over the dark area now with a lighter shade, it will actually bleach that darker area out. So just literally nudging up to the line, and then again the same with the lighter one, just nudging up to that medium line just to get that to blend out. And then, like I said before, leave it to dry, because that alcohol evaporates, it will dry slightly paler, and then you'll get that sort of finished effect. And then what I think I did with the one that I was working on, which I'll show you in a second, is obviously your alcohol markers are flat colours. So if you're working with alcohol, I've actually got one that I use these all the time. This is actually one of our clear sparkle pens. So just because I wanted a little bit of sparkle on here, once this was dry, I've gone over the top. Whoops, I've got a lot of sparkle on there. And just added this so that when it dries, you've got that sheen. We've got a little bit too much sparkle going on there, but you'll get the idea. So if I bring in this one here, and I'll talk you through what else I've done, you can see here where we sort of come to life. So you can see around the edge here where the alcohol's evaporated, you can see all that darker shading to give it some shape. Chose the green for his little body and some of the turquoise. And then the background here, I've done this one in conjunction with my blender pen. So the blender pen just has clear alcohol ink, no pigment colour in it at all. So I've used a very pale blue in conjunction with the blender. And what it does, what I was saying is that any lighter shade will sort of bleach out. So it's literally taken some of the colour out just to give him a little bit of background and actually centre him. And then all the way around the edge of him, I go with sort of a grey tone, just to outline the whole thing. It's blended into the blue here, but comes out again here. And again, it just lifts it off that page rather than it being flat. It gives it the idea that there's a little bit of shadow around him. So we'll pop that bit to one side and I'll show you what I've designed, because I got carried away with this one, honestly. So I've used actually a store-bought blank for this one, and this is actually an 8x8 scalloped edge one, which you can buy in packs. So just a square card there. Again, bit of my craft card and some of the papers that I got out on my desk. So I've actually matted and layered this up already. So we'll just stick that one down. And then I wanted to do quite a few layers for this one. So because I'd cut the stamp out with a circle die, which is just one of our nesting dies, I've literally kept that circle theme throughout the card. So I've used some scrap paper and cut out a few circles that match the colour tone that I'm working with. You might, if you were watching earlier, you know the frame that I cut at the beginning of the show was the same piece. So, you know, whatever's lying around on the desk, I end up using so that I've not sort of thrown any bits away. And then just something that I happen to keep in my stash, just paper doilies, you know, so you can buy these sort of quite cheaply in a lot of the stores. And I'm going to bring this in there as part of the decor with it. I want him to be the main feature. And then I've die cut a couple of just circles using extra elements from the die, and just to break up where the white is, I'm just going to add these in just for a little bit of extra. So what we'll do then is we'll pop that one down in the centre there, just for the doily, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of tape on that one, use him as a position there, and I want to slot that, as I say, just to break up the white circle that I've coloured on from the doily. And then again, whoops, on here, just again to break up some of that colour. Okay. And then I'm keeping this one all flat. I've not done any foam pads on this one because I've actually got foam. I'd already stuck this together. There's foam under this layer here. So because I'd raised that one, I've not done too much more with regards to foam pads on this one.
It wouldn't stop Craig. It would be like a 20-storey building by the time he's finished.
Sort of working up here on it when you finish.
The Tower of Foam.
And then I've got a little bit of ribbon in the stash, so we'll pop that on as an extra.
Merry Christmas, Craig, if you're watching, by the way.
At the top. Whoops.
He will be watching, won't he?
Up
you
there.
know, he'll be watching.
And then again, I've used another circle. And these are all from our nesting circles. I've just used different ones from there. And this one, You Make My Heart Happy. And I don't know whether we can pick it up on there. It's been embossed again, just to give it that shiny finish on it. And just to finish off with what's underneath, Derek.
Foam pads. Oh.
There had to be some there, didn't there? So just to take the backs off those, I can't believe how many.
Is this because you know that Craig's north of the border? You're
I don't
like, right,
know.
while
I don't
he's
know
away,
what's got into me, honestly.
I'm gonna use all the foam pads
I
in the
really
building.
don't know what's got into me with these. Now then, where shall we? We'll have that one up there because I've got, and then just in my stash, I've got some little heart dies. If you were watching us yesterday with the Year of Craft, if you've already got the craft compendium, then there are some hearts in there. And I thought because it was sort of, you know, You Make My Heart Happy, I've just got some little extras to just finish it off. And these are the styles that I like to make. If I'm sending cards to my my friends and things like that, these are the styles that I like. So when these stamps landed on my doormat, I thought, oh yeah, this takes me back to when I first started card making. But yeah, just to show you a little collage, just basing it on that circle theme, and then that lovely Lee Holland stamp being the main image there. It doesn't need much more than that.
So cool, isn't it? I love it.
They're gorgeous.
I was just doing a little bit of research on Lee online as well, actually. And if you Google Lee Holland, you'll find, you know, all of his details. And he's a freelance artist who he illustrates for children's books for all kinds. So he's got loads and loads of these characters that he does. And I know we're going to be bringing more and more and more as time goes on as well. I know all of his stamps are always really, really popular indeed anyway. They are lovely. Let me just whiz you through this collection again, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stamp sets. 6 stamp sets and a partridge in a pear tree. 6 stamp sets. So let's have a look at them. And they are amazing, and they are big stamps, as Jan said there as well. And they are really, really cute, all with the little dragons on there. So we've got thank you, and we've got from me to you with the big cake, brilliant for birthdays. That'll be amazing. You've got the hello you. Imagine using the character over the edge with the balloons on it in conjunction with this stamp as well. You could have great fun with that, couldn't you, completely? You've got the with love, the one that Jan was just working with there. I say work, I don't know why I say working, because this isn't work, this is a joy. When you love what you do, you're not working at all, are you? You are my sunshine, and the final one there is if friends were flowers, I'd pick you, which is lovely. Right, listen, I am the only person in the world right now, other than one member of our social media team, who knows who has won the Bradley Lowry Foundation raffle. And I tell you what, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to tell you in about 20 minutes time, because Jana and I are doing that together, of course. What I will do as well, you've got about 15 minutes or so to get your comments in, and it might just be your highlight of Crafters TV this year. It might just be, you know, what are you going to be working on? And also I want to know what games you play just at Christmas time where you are, because we know the board games that we play here in the UK, but you're somewhere else, aren't you? You're stateside, you're around the world, we've got viewers everywhere. So what's the games you love playing with friends, family, or whatever it may be? And just let us know in the comments on Facebook or on YouTube as well. Oh, Gwen just said, I have to get those stamps, too cute. Yeah, no, absolutely, that's fine. Listen, resistance is completely and utterly futile. Right, while we all get our baskets checked out and get our comments in, because of course we've got winners to make before the end of the show, let's find out more about Club Inspire from Sarah.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Thank you, lovely Sarah. We're going to have to redo that as well, because Sarah has restyled since many times. There's another one for your list, Laura, because Laura does lots of filming with Sarah in the most glamorous of locations sometimes, let me tell you. Gilmore Demink on YouTube says, Derek, you have a very operatic voice. Do I? Was I singing? I couldn't get that high. Tonya Brigety says, we play triominoes here.
Yes.
Is that the one where it's dominoes but they're triangular?
Yep, got that one as well.
I think, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played that. Brigitte plays Rummy Cub.
Yep.
Which I've never heard of. I think my mum's got that, actually. She's tried to get me to play that a couple of times. And Mary says, I like Uno in a group. Right now it's Sudoku and puzzles. Uno's brilliant, isn't it? Especially the battery one, where it decides how many more you get and it spits out 5 at you. Brilliant. What were we doing, Laura? I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah, I could do a charade, haven't I? I've written it down because I was trying to think of one as well. Because we were just talking and messing around. Right, okay. It is a
song. 4 words.
Sorry, I have to remember them.
First word. The. Second word. No. Third word. The something over. The something jump. Hop over.
I know, I do look confused by this as well. Laura's just saying to me. Let's go with...
Fourth word. There's something... Stockings. Red. Shirt. Christmas. Right, so there's something Christmas, and it's a song. Oh, I'm stuck, Laura. Second word. Sleep. Night. The night before Christmas. Yay!
Oh, hang on, it's not a song, is it? I'm so sorry. That's a film, isn't it? I'm so sorry. And I put it, it's because I was going to do a song. Honestly, I am so silly.
We're very good at this, Derek.
Well done, Jan.
We might get sacked.
I am rubbish at this. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'm just going to hide behind these and show you these Sharon Callis vintage lace frames, the full collection here, which is fantastic. Oh, I'm rubbish at games, honestly. Not even had a drink either. Right, so here they are. You have got the Torquen lace frames, which is absolutely brilliant. That's just one of the 4 sets that you've got here. If you missed Jan's demo right at the very, very beginning, oh, awesome. What you can do with these, because they are so versatile, on every one of the 4, they are a different shape as well. So the Irish lace frame, you can see has a different base element shape, but then it's got this quirky kind of in and out going on right the way around the frame. They are amazing. Then you've got your twist on a circle, which is your bobbin lace frame, which is gorgeous. And again, cuts in and out, apertures, and really, really nice fine lace detail. And then the last one there, which is the oval, I call this the Alice Looking Glass because it's fantastic. That's the Venetian lace frame. Lots of details in all of those as well. £41. $60, of course, it will be much less because of your Club Inspire discount as well. I'm so embarrassed, Jan, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's only a bit of fun.
I'm rubbish at games.
It's just the kind of thing that would happen at Christmas.
I know. We must play Scrabble one day, though.
Oh,
let's
that would be good.
look now at Sharon's Butterflies and Blooms collection, which is, again, it is awesome. And again, I'll run you through everything that you get there. You get 2 very, very distinctive butterfly die sets, Vanessa and Mariposa. And Mariposa is Spanish for butterfly, and Vanessa is a type of butterfly, did you say, Jan?
Yes, it is, yes.
And also the name of one of your daughters. You've got the 2 sentiment dies, which is thinking of you and sending love. You also get the 2 quilling dies as well. So you get a climbing rose and a peony quilling die. So you can make the flower, make amazing flowers, do them out of foam, out of card or whatever, but it's just essentially one quilling die, which makes the most incredible flowers, which you can use in your cards as well. And then you've got 2 butterfly stamp sets, which is the Butterfly Love and the other one, which is called Butterfly Friend as well, which is really, really cool. And they are so versatile as well. And they're stamp and die sets, aren't they? Yes. Yes, you've got the dies in there as well, which is superb. All of that, £62, $84 or less, of course, with your Club Inspire discount. There are full masterclasses on those collections as well, if you look back, which you'll have time to over Christmas and New Year as well, because today's our last live day with you. We'll have our favourite shows of the year showing right the way over Christmas up until we will be back on the 4th of January, but of course that means that if you've got a stamp set that you kind of think, right, I must do something with that, you can go back to the masterclass for it over Christmas and get some crafting done. There's going to be a lot of pictures coming in from you in the new year, I just know it. Now, while we've got a few moments before we announce all the winners, Jan, should we do a quick demo with this collection?
Yes, I'm going to use the stamp and die set because we did one of the dies at the beginning. I've gone to the Butterfly Love, which is the stamp and die, and I'm just going to show you some of the elements from it, and we'll see if we can very quickly get it popped together. So again, with this, you're going to get the most beautiful set of stamps there. Just stand alone, you know, you've got sort of, I think, you know, loads to go with there. There's lots of different butterflies. You've got some beautiful sentiments. You make my heart flutter. You give me butterflies. You know, they're really nice little sentiments, and every single bit of it, float like a butterfly. And then you've got the little swirly bit that sort of, you know, you can do the trail from them. So that's the actual stamps. And then again, the metal, look at all the metal work that comes with it as well. So every single bit on here, even the sentiments, I've got a die element to cut them out if you so wish. If you prefer to do your fussy cutting, get your snips out. There's no reason why you can't just cut round them. So thought we'd do a little bit of stamping again. I've got my stamping card at the ready. And I don't know when I was doing this one, I was obviously in a bit of a metallic mood because I've got one of our Midas ink pads, which you'll find on the website there. And this is the blue organza one, which is really pretty. And again, it went sort of, the papers that I'd chosen led me to the colour scheme. So we're going to take the large butterfly from the top here, and we're going to stamp that one out with the metallic ink just to show you what it looks like. And then we'll die cut that element out with the metal die. So let's just grab one of the stamping platforms again. We can pop him on there, ink him up with the metallic ink. And again, just a different sort of look, you know, if you're wanting to experiment with the inks. The metallic inks give a really nice effect. And what I've done for the demo, for the sample, is I've stamped it twice. I've stamped it once onto cardstock, and then I've stamped it again onto vellum. And I've layered it up to make my butterfly for the focal point on the card. So again, just allow a second or two for that ink to absorb into your card, and you've got the design on them. Just missed a little bit on the top again there, but absolutely beautiful design on there. And then the idea of these is that you've got the relevant die there. So we'll just take that one off here to be able to cut it out. So again, when we've checked here, and I said they did differ slightly, if we can just have a little look, if I bring this up here for you, you can see that the die cutting edge is actually nearer the inside of the die this time. Last one we were looking at on a different collection was in the centre. So just be mindful of where that cutting edge is when you're lining them up. But because it's on the inside, we've literally got the idea of just looking at that stamped image and just lining it up pretty much with the die itself there. So I can see all the stamped image. I've just missed a little tiny bit where I stamped at the top there. And then I'm just going to pop that with a bit of tape. So we'll put that on there, put our layers together for a thin metal die. And these will go through any of your die cutting machines. It doesn't have to be a Gemini. The majority of them are small enough to go through the Mini. I think even this one would probably fit through the Mini, you know. I'll just measure it in a second, this particular die. So if you're using, whoops, there we go. So let's just have a little look out of curiosity what size that is. We'll move that to one size. And again, just going to take that piece off there gently. Just roll it back. There we go. And then just let's have a look at that. So it's just a fraction. It might just fit in your Mini, but certainly would fit through the MIDI there. So pop that one back on there. And you can see now how we've got that lovely die cut shape there. I've just missed a little bit of the stamp at the top. I didn't quite put enough pressure.
Gorgeous.
So again, when I show you what I've done with building it up, that was the one layer. And you can see under here that I've got that one layer. Little bit darker here, because I think the only reason it's a bit darker, I've probably done this with my magnetic's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, brain's going now, it's shutting down. Yeah, I probably stamped it twice on the magnetic platform, which is why it's probably a bit darker. And then I've stamped it again on the vellum. So you can see it's got that lovely sort of floatiness from the vellum there. Same ink pad, and then again, bit of bling in the centre just to make my focal point. So that's going to be the focal point on the card. Done a bit of matting and layering because I know time's ticking away and we've still got those winners to announce
It
yet.
is, Jan, it's
so
10 to Christmas.
I know, a Z fold, and I've done the matting and layering ready, and you can see where I picked the colour scheme from now when you see the card. And then what I've done is from that, if you remember those original die sets that had got the, I think this is from the Mariposa one, but we used one this morning. Just realised you can't actually see that. Yeah, there we go. Look, you can see now. All I've done is just taken sections of it because I wanted the filigree bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop one bit behind here to give a little bit of a lift. So again, use my dotty tape pen just at the bottom here because I'm just going to stick it along the edge. And I'm going to bring it to this edge because the butterfly is going to go on this side as well. And then again, a little bit off the other one. And this is going to go on this section here, just to add a bit of detail. So just use that dotty tape pen on the bottom so that I've got something to stick behind there. And then we can actually stick this down. So I'll bring the double-sided one back in, and I want glue on that piece and glue on, whoops, the beginning, not all of
Jan,
that
I think we
piece.
are going to be sailing home again as well, because I was
I
just
can hear
listening.
it.
You might
I know,
not be
I'm
able to
trying
hear
not
it
to
at
listen.
home, but
It sounds horrendous,
It's been
doesn't it?
raining this heavily all the way through both of our shows today. In fact, it
dread
just
to
has not
think.
stopped raining all day today,
Yeah.
so it'll be fun.
Have you brought your oars, Derek?
Yeah.
Honestly. There. Oh, it's not quite straight there, is it? But you get the, oh, can we get it? Yeah, that's better. There we go. So when we open now, you can see we've just got that extra bit of filigree work in there. And then my butterfly is going to be the focal point on there.
Oh,
and then I've
stunning.
stamped out, I love this one, You Make My Heart Flutter. So again, we've just stamped that out. Oh, here we go, look, more pads.
Oh, my word, there they are again.
I've not got anything on the back of here.
Wow.
Last year, I can't believe how many foam pads I have used on this show. If that Craig's watching, he'll be laughing
Craig is
his
going to be
socks off.
spitting haggis.
He will. He'll be laughing. Spitting haggis. That has got to be the saying of the show, that one. Spitting haggis. I love that. I'm going to be tittering about that all the way home now. And then that one's going to go up in the corner there. I know I'd stuck the mats and layers down, but you get the idea there, how to use those gorgeous stamped butterflies just in connection with the rest of the collection there. Yep, so if we stand
Jan,
up and
love
have a
it.
look that way.
Love it, love it, love it, love
Yep.
it, love it.
And that was the Butterfly Love stamp set and stamp and die set on that one.
Fabulous.
Okie dokies. Oh.
Thank you, Jan. Now, Director George, have you got some way of making it happen so that Jan can come and join me at the end of the table, so that we can do the big reveal of the raffle winner in just a second? Let's do the 220 winners first as well. So, of course, every show up to Christmas, and this is the last chance to do that, we were giving away 2 lots of 20, so either £20 or $20, depending on where you are, into your account. So the 2 winners for that in this show, one from Facebook is Kerry Beard. Congratulations. I just need to be so careful where I scroll here to make sure I get the right winner. Kerry Beard, who said, "Happy Christmas to you all at Crafters Companion. Big thanks for a great 2020 on Crafters TV. It certainly helped make life a bit better." Thank you, Kerry, because comments like that really mean a lot to us. And I've picked a YouTube winner. Well, our team did. Pam Hopkins, she said, "I would like one of everything in the show. They are needs, not wants." I remember your very, very, very funny comment from earlier, Pam, as well. So Jan has joined
Well
me.
done, yes.
So we're going to this camera over here right
Yep.
now. There you go. It's that one over there. And
good call.
I am still the only person, other than the member of our social media team that picked the winner, who knows who is the big Bradley
So this is the
Lowry
big
raffle
prize.
giveaway. Should we remind ourselves? Have you got the picture, George, still of the prize? Should we? I'll get the picture of you as well, you know, just to kind of, so don't buy tickets now, it's all closed, but that's the prize on the left-hand side there.
That
It's
is
nearly
incredible.
It is awesome. We all
Yeah.
want to win it, but there's only one winner. Janet, have you got a number? Have you got a final drum roll in you? Shall I add to it?
My goodness.
The winner is.
Yes.
Is your name Sharon?
Sharon.
Is your surname Carney?
Oh,
Sharon Carney,
well done.
it is you. Massive, massive, massive congratulations.
Fantastic. What
to
a
you.
Christmas present there.
Oh, to know that that is
Wow,
coming
yep.
is just brilliant. Now,
Enjoy.
as you know, that is the last live studio show that we have of 2020. You've just done the last show of 2020,
I
Jan.
know.
How does it feel?
I know. I did the last live shows in our old studio. And I've done the last live shows of 2020 in our new studio.
Oh,
yes.
fabulous, fabulous.
And then I'm back in the new year.
Do you know which date you're back?
I think it's the 13th, because I've got a little bit of holiday just after Christmas, but I think it's the 13th that I'm back, yes, with some more goodies.
Lovely. Well, can I just say, of course, on Jan's behalf, and I've had to write everyone's names down because you know I'm so bad. So from Joe, obviously, who's going to be back in the new year,
Yeah.
Ben and Sarah and Leanne and Jan and Debbie and Craig and Lizzie and Bernie, the whole
Fee.
team
Don't
in
forget our
HQ.
Fee.
Our Fee, of
Our
course.
lovely
I knew
Fee.
I'd forget someone.
Yeah.
Everyone in the control room as well, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
from Jenny and Erin and
Tracy.
Tracy.
And our Tracy,
Oh,
yeah,
Tracy.
bless her, yeah.
And from everyone, listen, just have the best Christmas, the safest Christmas, the happiest Christmas that we possibly can. It's been an extremely unusual year, as you know, but we all send so much love your way for Christmas, and we'll be back, of course, in the new year. We'll leave the final word to Sarah, but from us here in the studio, see you in what will be a very, very happy new year. Mwah. Lots of love.
Hey guys, I just wanted to bob in and take one last chance to wish you all of the joys of the season and say I hope you have a wonderful time over the Christmas period. And I wanted to pop in because Wednesday is going to be our last day of showing live shows for a few days. That's right, I've said the team can have a few days off, a well-earned rest over the Christmas period. And I just wanted to take time to explain to you exactly why that was. So you'll know, those of you who've been watching live with us every day since March, my team have worked their absolute socks off to deliver outstanding shows, outstanding presentations, and honestly deliver everything I've asked of them and so much more. And I wanted to be able to say to them, go and have a well-earned rest. Go and spend time with your families. Go and spend days in your pajamas all day, not really getting out of bed. Go and have a proper rest, because honestly everyone's ready for it. Not just the team that you see in front of the camera, but all of the people behind the scenes who work tirelessly every day to make Crafters TV the huge success that it is. And I just wanted to pop in personally and explain to you why I wanted the teams to have that time off, why it was so important to me. And I'm sure as valued customers and friends you will totally understand and join me in wishing them a wonderful and well-deserved Christmas break. Now, I will be back on the 4th of January to kick off a fantastic first week of the new year. I promise you we've got some amazing shows, some big launches, even that first week in January, and it's going to be well worth the wait. So I hope you guys go and enjoy the festive season too. We'll all see you on the 4th of January, but in the meantime, make sure you enjoy some of what have been our favourite shows from over the year.